Welcome to Crossville Profiles, a venture about the people, pride, and progress of the Cumberland Plateau.
Welcome to Crossville Profiles. I'm Ashley DeRossett with the Crossville Cumberland County Chamber of Commerce, and today on the show I have Donna Selma. She is the Executive Director of the Cumberland County Christian Counseling Center. Donna, welcome to the show today. We're so glad to have you here. So can you begin by telling us about C5? Which I'm going to assume is Cumberland County Christian Counseling Center is shortened to say C5, so you don't have a mouthful.
Absolutely.
So tell us a little bit about C5, the C5 organization.
Yes. So C5, Christian Counseling Center, is how we've actually shortened it a little bit. Began originally as an outreach ministry of about 8 churches.
Okay.
Across Crossville. And what had happened is the pastors had noticed that there were just needs in their congregations that they could not meet, that needed a little bit more than pastoral counseling or lay counseling.
Understand.
The other concern these pastors had, though, was they realized most of the people that they had in their congregations could not pay the full price of counseling. So they got together, and over multiple discussions, they decided to start a nonprofit counseling center. So 501c3 nonprofit, but the thing that really makes C5 special is the fact that they set it up as an ability to pay center.
Great.
So the mission is healing hearts and minds. And the philosophy is that everyone who needs counseling should be able to get quality professional counseling irregardless of their circumstances.
That's an incredible opportunity for someone who might need those services. So let's talk a little bit about funding. You mentioned maybe if they can't pay, or if they can pay maybe this amount, or if they can pay this amount, or whatever the amount is. So we all know that to provide services and or goods to anyone, it costs money. So how do you fund services if your clients are only paying maybe what they can afford, or are they not, or perhaps if they're not paying anything?
So that's an excellent question. Actually, the fees that we bring in from our clients every year only cover about a third of the actual cost to get professional counseling. Sure. So we have to be very innovative and very creative. We are very happy to say we have never had to turn away someone for counseling.
That's great.
We are funded largely through grants. So that's what I'm doing, writing a lot of grants. We do one major fundraiser a year, and you may know we just did Sergeant York, the play.
Yes,
it was a tremendous success in Crossville, and we do a letter writing campaign. We also have multiple people who just give us donations. They hear of the work we're doing. They know that you cannot do this without funding.
Absolutely.
We do have 5 churches that are our sponsor churches, and they give annually.
That's great. I was going to assume that some of those churches were probably some of your funding partners. Let's talk a little bit about, you mentioned that the way you were really formed and initially started was because of the issues that was going through maybe the pastoral offices through the different churches. So that could be a variety of things. So what kind of issues, I don't know if issues or the areas of service do you provide?
Okay. Well, first let me say that our counselors are all highly trained. So all of our counselors carry a master's degree in counseling, social work, or a related degree to counseling, and are either licensed in Tennessee or are pursuing the professional counseling license. And so with that comes multitudes of training.
Okay.
We see anyone presenting a need. And it may be just you've had a life crisis and it's kind of thrown you for a loop. It may be that. It may be that after that crisis hit, you went into some depression and just don't seem to be coming out of it. We also see things like anxiety issues, anger management, couples counseling, individuals. The neat thing that we do is we actually start our counseling services at 3 years old.
That's great.
So we have play therapy for children if they've experienced a life trauma.
That's great to start that early, because unfortunately some of our young adults do experience that.
Oh yes, we see quite a need. We see children, teens, all up through right now. Our oldest counselee is 93 years old.
Wow.
So
Wow, that's
we go the whole lifespan.
Absolutely. So you mentioned that C5 was an outreach ministry of some of the churches in Crossville. So, and I know they're helping to fund you.
Yes.
5 of them are. So do you need to belong to one of those churches, in order to get these services, or etc.? I mean, is there any special glitch or fine print or anything in between that our viewers would need to know about?
No, absolutely not. In fact, we want to make it real clear to everyone that we are open to anyone needing counseling,
That's great.
regardless of your belief system. You do not have to attend a church even.
Okay.
And you definitely don't have to be part of our sponsoring churches.
Great. Well, Donna, we're going to take a short break, and when we come back, we're going to talk about the estimated cost of your counseling, and if, your opinion, if counseling really does make a difference in the lives of those that you are serving. Let's talk about where you're located, because someone can't come to get counseling from you if they don't know where you are.
Right.
So we'll cover those topics when we return.
Okay.
Stay tuned, and we'll be right back with Crossville Profiles.
Thanks for watching Crossville Profiles. This program is proudly sponsored by the Crossville Cumberland County Chamber of Commerce. If you need more information about visiting or moving to Crossville or Cumberland County, please call us, area code 931-484-8444. That's 931-484-8444, or visit us on the web at www.crossville-chamber.com.
Welcome back to Crossville Profiles. In the first segment of the show today, I was talking with, and still am talking with, Miss Donna, who is the Executive Director of the Cumberland County Christian Counseling Center, sometimes referred as the C5. So we talked a little bit how you got started. Let's talk a little bit about the finances of this. So what is your price range, your cost, your estimated cost for the services that you offer?
We are the only counseling center in Cumberland County that goes as low as we do on our fees.
Okay.
So we look at a family or an individual's income and their ability to pay and come up with our fees.
Great.
So our fee scale begins around $20. If families have exceptional needs and are not able to pay that, we will work with them.
Great. So let's talk a little bit about confidentiality. I know sometimes part of the reason that probably holds people back from seeking help is they don't like the problems that they have, and they sure don't want anyone else to know about the problems that they have. So let's talk a little bit about the confidentiality of C5.
Absolutely. It's a critical issue. No one will know if you come for counseling. It's an ethical responsibility that our counselors have, but it's also simply the right thing to do.
Sure.
Your business is your business alone.
Absolutely. So many times you hear of businesses or nonprofits offering counseling services. You hear of people who say, I've been to counseling, or I'm seeking counseling for this issue. So what's your, I'm going to ask your opinion. Do you feel that counseling makes a difference in the lives that you're serving?
Oh, absolutely. I feel like I am so blessed to have this job and be in a position to say if you need counseling, we will work with you.
Sure.
And we'll make it affordable. Counseling works the best, though, if you want change in your
Sure.
life. Research has showed that a person who wants change, who wants to deal with the issue and get back to their confident best self, if they can go to a skilled professional counselor, a person who they feel safe with, change begins and is possible, and actually the outcomes are really exciting.
Great. So I know you are a nonprofit, so I'm sure you just don't have tons and tons and tons of staff. So if someone is interested in making an appointment, how do they go about doing so?
The best way to make an appointment with us is to call our office, which is 931-707-8200.
Perfect.
But you are right. We do not have a receptionist.
Okay.
And both our clinical director and myself are very part-time.
Okay.
And so usually our clinicians are counseling someone.
Okay.
So please leave a message if you want to make an appointment, and somebody will get back with you within 24 hours.
Perfect. And where are you located? After they've made that appointment, I think it's very important for them to know where you're located at. So tell us where you are located and how someone could get involved to help promote C5.
We are located, our main office is at 348 Taylor Street. And right here in Crossville, we also have some other offices that are throughout the city, and one in Cookville that we use if needed.
Okay.
If someone needs something closer to home.
Okay.
And if you would like to get involved, we're always looking for volunteers. Our volunteers we call Partners in Healing,
Okay.
and they help with things like delivering flyers to locations. They help planning the fundraisers, especially if you love event planning. We're looking for you. So call the number for the counseling center, leave a message, and I will be the one to get back with you.
Perfect. Donna, thanks for the work you're doing in the community, and thank you for being on the show today. If you, as our viewer, would like to get involved with C5, reach out to Donna and her team at C5 Cumberland County Christian Counseling Center. The number will be at the bottom of the screen. I'm sure they're always looking for financial need, volunteer needs, and if you just have a need that C5 can help with, you'd love to hear from them. So,
Most definitely.
I'd like to thank the students and staff with Gateway Productions, and thank you as our viewer for watching today's episode of Crossville Profiles.